I think now you guys have to like accept if you're okay with the recording. So we have a chat box. You are more than welcome to chat in there, share your tips, ask questions, whatever. This is an interactive class, I would say. So my topic is going through essential oil support with fertility, pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. I have three children and I'm currently pregnant with my fourth child. I just hit 33 weeks. Wait, 34 weeks? I'm almost there with my fourth child. Um, if we haven't met before, my name is Ashley. I am Gold Drop Society. If you're on our team, which most of you are, I am your team leader. I'm a wife and mom. So I mentioned I have three kids. So my oldest is 6. Then that's Liv. Then Gigi is 3, and Lee just turned 2. And then I have my fourth pregnancy currently happening right now. Um, Something that's interesting about my journey with oils is that I didn't have essential oils with my first pregnancy and my first child. And so I'm able to compare how I felt and my journey between pregnancy number 1 and hi Alexis and pregnancy number 2 and 3 and 4. Absolutely, I recommend having essential oils with your pregnancies. It makes the world of difference. And then also birth and postpartum. Okay, so when I was pregnant with my first child, again, I didn't have oils. I remember it being a struggle, but I didn't want to take any medications or anything. I know my doctor kind of offered me something to take with nausea and all that, and I just wasn't into taking medicine. And some of the things that I learned with my first pregnancy was that we're not supposed to take certain medications. We're supposed to eat well, right? We're supposed to be well nourished. We need to make sure that we're taking a prenatal vitamin and have enough iron in our diet. Also, with cleaning, my mother in law, who I lived with at the time, would clean the bathroom with Clorox. This was 7 years ago. Okay. So we were still using Clorox back then, and she wouldn't let me near the downstairs. She's like, you absolutely cannot breathe this. So let me clean the bathroom and then you can go back down there. I live downstairs. So when you're thinking about, all the things that we're not supposed to intake or breathe while you're pregnant, then it really dawned on me as to like, why is that okay when we're not pregnant? So those of you who are here that aren't experiencing childbirth and pregnancy, I know that you can also gain a lot of tips here as well. But again, huge red flag, right? Why is it okay to take these medications and clean with these products while you're not pregnant, but it's not okay when you're pregnant? So after I gave birth, I really struggled. This is my first pregnancy with my emotions, with healing. Nobody tells you these things. Nobody tells you. Um, yeah, you go to like labor and birthing classes, which is great. However, every person's experience is so different. And what I experienced is not what I learned in the labor and delivery class. Um, so I was like, okay, I just was going with the flow. After I gave birth, I was in so much pain. Like, you push your baby out and your burping stops, your back pain stops, right? Like all those pregnancy symptoms stop, but then a whole nother set of symptoms start. It's healing what happened down there. You might have gotten stitches, you might have hemorrhoids, um, you might, just you'll probably be bleeding, and then you're wearing like adult like disposable panties with huge pads from everything that has to release from your body after giving birth. Um, and then you have the whole deal of emotions and just like, how do you cope with those emotions after giving birth and no longer having a tummy, but then now you have a newborn and you're in a transition? You have to learn how to breastfeed, and you have this huge responsibility on you now of taking care of a baby, a human that you have to raise. um, so after I went through all that, I absolutely loved being a mom. My daughter was about 2 years old. I got into essential oils for me. Then I realized that these were natural solutions for my entire family, including her. After I got married, we decided to have another child. And it took the first time, it's like sometimes it's easy, especially when you're young, right? When you're young and you're in love and you're having fun, you're like, let's have a baby. And it sometimes it can just happen like this. So life happens, and I have a full-time job. My husband has his full-time job. And my job was stressful, and I didn't really realize that. We were trying to have our second child and get pregnant for a whole year almost. And then I was like, all right, something needs to change, right? I just got into the oils, and I reached out to my wellness advocate and asked, is there anything that can help with fertility? Because at that point I was like, there's an oil for everything, right? We get taught that there's an oil for everything. So there must be something for fertility. One of my oil sisters, Jo, she sent me pictures of pages from this book called Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. And go to the next slide. How do I do this? Zoom, I love you. Okay. This book called Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. Okay, this is created, the author is Stephanie Fritz. She's a midwife. She has been a midwife for like 20 years, and then she became a doTERRA wellness advocate. So she used her experience, paired it with essential oils, and then put it all into a book. My book is so busted up because I use it so much, not just for myself, but to also support my customers here in doTERRA. So my oil sister Jo sent me pages of the fertility section in this book. So I know the book is called Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. It doesn't mention fertility, but fertility is a really helpful section in here. Basically, what I was reading is that you can't just send someone like, oh, try this, try these products, all those things. Basically, what I was reading is understanding how our fertility system works. Okay. Hold on, I will get to that. I went through that, I got pregnant, and I was like, wow, okay. Now we're heading into pregnancy. We're going to head into giving birth, and we're going to head into having a newborn baby. And so how can I incorporate essential oils into all of that? And I use this entire book. Okay. So it's really easy for me to talk about this because I've used this with my second, my third, and now my fourth pregnancy. And I've helped most of my customers through this as well, which is really great and such a great service that I was able to share. Okay. The resources that you want is your doTERRA Live Guide, which is this purple thing. If you don't have a copy or at least a PDF version, you can go on doTERRA.com and look for this. Otherwise, ask your wellness advocate to send you the link so that you can view it. Okay. Another great resource is the Essential Life book, and you can get this on oillife.com. I actually have a discount code, Gold Drop Society, for $5 off your $25 and over orders of anything that you want whenever you want to shop there. The Essential Life book is like our oil Bible. You can also get the Essential Life app downloaded to your phone. Okay. And then I shared with you this book that you can get on Amazon. It is the best price. And I talked to Stephanie myself, and that's where she sells through, is Amazon. So let me show you. This is Oil Life, and the Essential Life series is all here. This is Amazon, and I actually always shop on smile.amazon.com because you can select a foundation that your purchases, a little portion of your purchases, but a little goes a long way, will donate to a foundation. So I choose doTERRA Healing Hands. So smile.amazon.com. Anytime I shop, you have to go to that website, and then all of your purchases will donate a little bit. So you can get this book there for $16.50, which is a really great price for a book. I think this one's like 30. This book is like 32 or 35. This is free unless you want a printed copy. Okay. And so when we're looking at, these resources, they're going to really help guide you into understanding how to take care of the whole you, how to take care of your whole body. And I think that gives you a really great foundation into not just pregnancy and fertility, but overall health. Okay. Awesome. So let's just touch on this real quick. You've seen this a million times, but this is your doTERRA wellness lifestyle pyramid. Everything in your life and your health is going to be affected by this. And so if you can stay on top of this and slowly and periodically check in, this will be a great measure to where your health is and where your health goals are. So in our doTERRA wellness lifestyle pyramid, we don't just create oils. doTERRA doesn't just have oils. doTERRA is about taking care of the whole you. In your healthcare category, you have proactive medical care and informed self-care. That's about, going to your yearly doctor visits or every 6 months, any of your wellness care visits, being proactive in your medical care. Okay. If you want, you can find doctors that are open to using natural medicines first, natural medicines, plant medicine, essential oils. And otherwise, maybe find a doctor that will kind of abide by what you're looking for. Is someone to pair with to support your health, but also be okay with knowing that you want to use essential oils as a first line of defense. The second one here is informed self-care. And that's kind of really watching and navigating and measuring your health and checking in with yourself. Now we're looking at the lifestyle choices. Okay. So these 4 is what you can choose every day in the products that you're using with doTERRA products as well. We want to reduce our toxic load. Toxins harm our bodies over time. It just is what it is. It breaks down our immune systems. It can, make our emotions go kind of haywire. It can unbalance our hormones, right? So reducing our toxins and you can look through the Live Guide with doTERRA products like the On Guard line and the skincare products and hand soap, all of those things is reducing your toxic load in your home. One of the major reasons I switched to natural deodorant is because I looked up why, Dove deodorant, that was what I was using at the time, why that is bad for me, right? So the little pores in your armpit and this area, anything you put on your skin absorbs into your body. So when you're using chemical deodorant, that goes into your breast area and also connects to your fertility system. Okay? Your breast area and your fertility system. We can't say chemical deodorant causes breast cancer, but it definitely contributes to that, right? We can't say chemicals, destroy your fertility system, but we can absolutely say that chemicals could contribute to your fertility system not working at its best. Okay. Resting and managing stress. When 80% of disease is caused by stress, there's a big problem. And so we need to make sure we're addressing that. And we need to also make sure we're getting good sleep. That's when our bodies can heal and reset. Exercising and weight management, right? Getting our heart rate up 20 minutes a day, at least 3 times a week, moving around. That helps our bodies to release toxins and to have healthy blood flow and cholesterol, all of our levels, blood pressure, keep it really good and healthy. And then eating right, the right nutrition that's going into our body. doTERRA has a nutrition line and a supplement line that can help contribute to this section. Let's look at fertility. Okay. I know I shared with you a little bit of my story. I didn't go into depth. Everyone's fertility story is so different. Sometimes it's very easy for you. Sometimes it's a little bit challenging. My first one was really easy. My second one wasn't so easy, right? As soon as I switched everything to this, so what happened was when my friend Joe sent me those fertility pages, I read through, and what it was saying was, you need to prepare your body to be able to carry a healthy baby and give a lot to that baby while it's growing in your uterus for 40 weeks. And so if you don't have that that really healthy uterus and body, then it's really hard for your body to accept a baby. Does that make sense? So at the time, when I was trying to get pregnant, I was in a really high stress level job. I absolutely believe that that is the reason why I couldn't get pregnant, because I was young, fertile, young and fertile. I also wasn't eating right. I also had a lot of toxins in my home. So when I read through this fertility section of this book, I started to wipe everything from my home. I started to replace all of my products into doTERRA On Guard products. The less chemicals in your home, the less chemicals your body absorbs. And when you're using On Guard, the more immune support you're also getting when you're using these products. I also had to learn that On Guard is absolutely effective in cleaning, that when we were younger, we were raised to believe that smell of Clorox meant that things were clean. We're raised to believe that the smell of our laundry meant that it was clean, but that's not necessarily the case. Clean doesn't have a smell. Okay. So I wiped everything out of my home and made it completely natural. Then I started using this roller blend, and then I did a cleanse, a doTERRA cleanse. Are you guys familiar with that cleanse? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even paying attention to the chat. Clorox. I know, it's like kind of nuts. And then Windex gives me headaches now because I'm like, it's crazy. We were raised on Wind. I used to get $20 a week just for Windexing the mirrors and the glass tables in my house, right? Every single week, $20 is my allowance. And I didn't realize how Windex, how bad it was. And then now I get a headache at like the slightest smell of it. Pine-Sol. All right. Yes. So doTERRA has a 30-day cleanse. That is one of the biggest ones, the biggest things that you want to do to help your fertility. 30-day cleanse. You can look it up and you can buy it as a set. It's basically your lifelong vitality pack with your Terrazyme, your PB Assist. You're also using Zendocrine and GX Assist to cleanse. And then you're filling your body with the good stuff. Okay. So you can look that up. So if you want to do maybe like 3 steps to fertility, number 1 is doTERRA's 30-day cleanse. Number 2 is switching to doTERRA's all natural products in all areas of your home. And number 3 is using fertility oils. It's basically hormone balancing oils. You need your hormones to be balanced to be as fertile as possible. Okay. So when Joe sent me all this, I did the 30-day cleanse. I was rolling this roller blend on twice a day, and I quit my job. Isn't that crazy? I quit my job. I got pregnant 2 months later because all I did was this exactly. So do I absolutely believe that this works? Do I absolutely believe that stress is a huge cause of infertility? Chemicals are a huge cause of infertility, all of those things. Yes, me and Alexis worked together, and then I left. Got married, left, got pregnant, started my doTERRA business, and now I'm here 5 years later. Crazy. Okay. So this is a roller blend that's in this book. In this book, you're going to find so many different really cool recipes. Okay. So I highly recommend when it's $16 and you're going to use this so much, it's so worth it. So you want to do your 30-day cleanse. Then you want to continue to take your lifelong vitality pack, continue to use your natural doTERRA products, and then you're going to make this roller blend. Fertility roller blend. 10 drops of clary sage, 10 drops of geranium, 10 drops of fennel, 5 drops of lavender with fractionated coconut oil. When I needed this blend, I didn't even have these oils. This is not common oils. So eventually I started making it for my customers, whoever needed it. And then I started selling it in my Gold Drop shop. So if you want this and you don't have these oils, you can buy it on golddropsociety.com. And it's called Fertile Mama. The thing about this roller blend is it's really strong. So usually in a 10 milliliter roller, you have about 10 drops of essential oil. This roller blend has 35 drops of essential oil. And these oils, what they do is they help balance out your blend for your abdomen. You're going to roll it on your lower abdomen twice a day. Clary sage is overall uterine tonic. Geranium is uterine and ovarian tonic. It's hormone balancing. You want your hormones to be as balanced as possible, to be your absolute and most fertile as possible. Fennel is going to help reduce hormone fluctuation and help regulate your menstrual cycle. If anyone battles with irregular cycles, it's really hard to look at your fertile weeks, right? Your fertile days. So if you want to balance out your menstrual cycle, you're going to want to use this blend and definitely use fennel. And then lavender, as lavender does, it actually relaxes your uterus. It's like relaxing, balancing. Come on in and put a baby in me. Okay. Any questions on fertility? What I really wanted you guys to understand is that there's a message here with really taking in your supplements, doing a cleanse, getting your body ready for baby, clearing out your chemicals, and then using essential oils that can support your fertility system. Maybe like when you're ready to have a baby, because as soon as I use this blend, I was like pregnant the next month. So so it could work very well. Also, the thing about this roller blend, you guys, since I've been in this business for so long and I have my own testimony to this, a lot of my customers have used this blend. And I would say, how do I percentile this? I would say 99% get pregnant from this and from understanding this message and from switching over everything to their house, in their house. I have one customer that I'm still waiting for her to tell me she's pregnant, but most of my customers have gotten pregnant. And a lot of them are like, I don't know if it's the oils. I don't know if I can say that, but pretty sure it's the oils. And I'm like, I'm just so happy for them. I know it can be a real emotional struggle, a real physical struggle. I know that. I know that it can be that for you guys. I know that everyone's story is different, but hopefully, if you can do something like this and you came to this class and you heard my message, you really try this. I'm really thinking and hoping that this will work for you. Okay. Precious says, I strongly agree to that. I did a cleanse, reduce the toxic products in her home, managed her stress, and got pregnant quick. And on the plus side, you felt great going into pregnancy physically and mentally. Yes. And I saw you on this journey, Precious. Even just like the way that you looked, your skin was glowing. You lost a little bit of weight, and I could just tell you're overall a lot healthier. And then you did the fertility stuff, right? And then you got pregnant. So I saw you on that journey with that. Okay. Any questions on fertility, you guys, that I need to kind of answer before we move on to pregnancy? Okay. There's different fertility issues. Like if you're struggling a little bit, maybe it's like, you know, you're not releasing as many eggs as you need to, or your menstrual cycle is really off. So then it's hard to figure out your fertile days. I just think, again, like using this roller blend, because of all the hormone balancing it does, that should be, I'm not going to say an answer to all, but a really great start. And I really ask that you give it a really good chance. Okay. Give this like 3 to 6 months to really do what it needs to do to support your body. Okay. Awesome. Pregnancy. So we get pregnant, and then what? We're like, oh shoot, what did I get myself into? I feel like crap. Or are there those of you out there that feel totally fine in your first trimester? You're the lucky ones. Yeah. Okay. So there's so many different things that happen with pregnancy, right? So this book will talk to you about your first trimester, some symptoms that could happen and what oils to use, your second trimester and your third trimester. So it'll go through all of it with you. Everything from backaches to stretch marks, constipation, breast tenderness, depression, swelling, headaches, fatigue. Okay. Nausea is a huge one, so I just put some pictures there. If you throw back to your first trimester, if any of you have been pregnant or you're currently pregnant, first trimester, what are the things that you're kind of going through? For me, it was extreme fatigue, extreme, like wake up at 6, have my coffee, feed my kids, and I'm back in my bed sleeping by 9 a.m. Like extreme fatigue. And then nausea, right? Constipation. Okay. So with fatigue, I will say, a lot of pregnancy is going with the flow, listening to your body, rest when you feel like resting, and riding out that nausea. My first pregnancy, I didn't have any oils. I didn't want to take anything. So I just suffered. Now I have oils. So it's really great to have essential oils, whether you're pregnant or you know someone who's pregnant. Share oils with your friends. Help them. Okay. So if you are struggling with fatigue, I highly recommend breathing in peppermint essential oil. We know this. Good for energy. Maybe pair it with some wild orange. Motivate is a really great one. Motivate Touch is our free oil of the month, right? Those are all really great essential oils to kind of bring your energy up and wake you up. If you're dealing with nausea and digestive issues, I already recommend taking your Lifelong Vitality Pack with your PB Assist and your Terrazyme every day. I've noticed that if I don't take PB Assist, my system isn't working as well. I ran out, so I was having some issues before this class. And then also Terrazyme helps to kind of digest the food. Otherwise, your stomach can kind of grumble. I don't know about you guys, but I am really sensitive when I'm pregnant. Really bad digestive issues. Okay. PB Assist and Terrazyme. A lot of people like to ask me, what is a prenatal that you're taking? I looked at the prenatal vitamins. It's basically your A to Z with extra iron, right? Extra folic acid. I talked to my doctor, who is pretty much the head of Kapiolani Medical Center, Dr. Angela Pratt. She is a Native Hawaiian woman doctor who kicks butt. But I talked to her about my prenatal, and I was like, Dr. Pratt, I really want to take my doTERRA vitamins because it doesn't only have my A to Z vitamins, it also has my cell support and my omegas 3, 6, and 9. She goes, take those. It's just so much more well-rounded. And you should be able to get all the support that you need. Okay. So I take the Lifelong Vitality Pack instead of the prenatal. Plus, the prenatal is like a huge packed pill, hard to swallow. And you don't know how much of your body is actually absorbing it. Quality of vitamins is important, right? So quality of doTERRA vitamins we know are great and bioavailable for our bodies to absorb. So let's carry that into not just fertility, but pregnancy and then postpartum. Okay. I have you do blood work a few times, which I do not like, but you do that a few times while you're pregnant, and they'll give your doctor the results. And sometimes, for me anyway, my iron levels are low, so I'll just get a extra iron organic pill to take on with my Lifelong Vitality Pack. Okay, awesome. If you're nauseous, you can breathe in Digest Zen. You can rub, roll, digest, and touch on your stomach. I personally prefer the Tamer smell, the smell of the Tamer Kids Roller, so I'll actually use that. And I roll that on after every single meal as well, because I want to support my digestive system into digesting so that I don't get a tummy ache while I have this belly growing, because everything on top of your belly growing is a lot. So whatever you can do to kind of minimize your symptoms. I also take the Terrazyme pill after every meal because I don't want to have a tummy ache. Okay. PBSS I take every morning because I want to support my gut with some good probiotic flora so that I am digesting and releasing what needs to be released. Okay. The burping, told you guys love that. The acid reflux, it's my favorite. I'm really struggling now in my third trimester and my stomach's so big. But I had it in my first trimester as well. So what I like to do is put a drop of ginger essential oil on my tongue and just suck on it. That helps a lot. My third pregnancy, doTERRA released the ginger drops. So you can actually suck on the ginger drops. And my best friends love the ginger drops as well. And they were like, this is the only thing that helps me with that acid reflux during pregnancy. And I was like, I am so glad to hear, right? You're helping your friends and it works and it's natural, powered with essential oils. My second trimester, I dealt with really bad headaches and migraines. Again, I'm going to go back to sometimes you need to just listen to your body and rest and ride it out. Sometimes you just need to slow down. However, some of us don't have that luxury to slow down and rest. Or you have children that you need to take care of while being pregnant. So I highly recommend with headaches, right? You guys kind of know this already. It's the basics. Peppermint on your temples, on the back of your neck. Inhale peppermint. Maybe if it's a migraine, put frankincense here, frankincense on the back of your neck. Frankincense, a drop on your thumb and hold it to the roof of your mouth and suck on it. A lot of my headaches and migraines are due to body aches and pains. I have a very sensitive body. If I'm achy, it's over. I'm done for the day. So I will use Deep Blue Rub, Deep Blue Essential Oil for massaging in, Aroma Touch. Internally, I take 3 pills together. Deep Blue Polyphenol, Copaiba Soft Gel, and Turmeric Dual Chamber Capsule. Those 3 together. Okay. And then every single day I'm taking my supplements, which I already mentioned. Plus, the doTERRA nutrition line is really great. Not only do you want to take that not pregnant, but you absolutely want to take it pregnant, right? Making sure you're getting the right amount of protein in your diet. Your doTERRA greens that has your daily fruits, veggies, and grasses. I will mix all of that into a smoothie every morning and drink that after my cup of water, after my coffee, smoothie, and then I'll have a meal after that. doTERRA's nutrition line also has fiber that will support your digestive system. So especially while pregnant, you want to take that. It has a really great flavor. So just mix a scoop with a little glass of water and drink that before dinner. Any other questions with pregnancy? Brianna asks, do you have a blend oil lotion that you use on your belly to support stretching skin? Yes. I use Immortelle the roller. It was just in BOGO week, so you could have gotten that one with a free frankincense touch, right? It's a little bit more on the pricier end. So if you don't want to necessarily buy it in your cart, rack up all your LRP points and redeem it for Immortelle and any other oils that are on that higher priced end. So because it's potent, it's just straight oil, it's not diluted essential oils. That's what I use on my stretch marks. So I'll put that, I'll roll it in certain areas where I can see that happening. And then I'll use a little bit of fractionated coconut oil and a squirt of the Yarrow Palm body serum. And I'll rub all of that in. Okay. I usually do that at night so it can seep in. I'll also, it depends how I feel. I'll use another brand. It's Summer Friday's Belly Balm. And I'll put that on after the oils on top of that. So I'll just let all of it seep in. And you might want to do that a couple times a day, especially if you have dry skin like I do. If you have dry skin, you're more susceptible to stretch marks. And then also if you go in the sun a lot. So I have stretch marks from 4 different pregnancies. I can point out which one is from what pregnancy. So then after you give birth, you can do the same system. Okay. Any other questions for pregnancy? Body aches, breast tenderness. Do you guys have breast tenderness in the first trimester at all? The reason why it happens is because of hormonal changes in your body. And you can use grapefruit, lavender, ylang ylang with FCO and massage it into your breasts. Okay. There's a question with like what oils can you not use during pregnancy, or what doTERRA products can you not use. The only one that you kind of want to stay away from is clary sage, and that the reason is because it could induce labor. Okay, so if you're using the fertility roller, it has clary sage in it, so as soon as you get pregnant, stop the use of that. And then when you start your period again or whatever, then you can use oils like clary sage to help balance out your hormones. Three other products that you want to stay away from while you're pregnant is Zendocrine essential oil, Zendocrine soft gel or pill, and then GX assist pill, because those are heavy cleansers and you don't want to be heavily cleansing your body. Also when you're breastfeeding, okay? The reason is because when you cleanse your body, a lot of it releases through your liquids, breast milk, urine, tubes that are connected to your baby, right? So when your toxins are releasing there, then that's going to go into your milk, which goes into your baby, or might go into your tubes, okay? So you don't want to take Zendocrine essential oil, Zendocrine pill, and GX assist. No heavily cleansing, but you can absolutely drink lemon essential oil in your water to gently cleanse your body. Okay. Now let's look at giving birth. Congratulations, you got through 3 trimesters of pregnancy and 40 weeks, basically 40 weeks of pregnancy. I don't know about you guys, but I go all the way to 40 weeks. My first child was almost 42 weeks. I ended up having to induce her. Then my second and my third child went all the way to 40 weeks every time. And that's GTS. Again, I didn't have oils my first pregnancy, which also meant I didn't have oils my first birth. So you're basically just trying to labor through and survive. Using essential oils for birth, some of you may be thinking like, okay, how can I incorporate oils for birth? What would I use it for? Okay. So if you are getting, you already reached full term, which I forget because the phases are so short. I believe it's 38 weeks, unless it's 36 weeks. Then you want to start helping your body go into labor if you can. Going on walks, drinking lots of water, you can make a roller with clary sage, or just use the oil and start rolling that on your ankles, applying that on your ankles, start breathing that in. Clary sage, the reason why we stay away from it with pregnancy, right, is because it could induce labor. Now we want to induce labor. So roll clary sage on your ankles. Get a 10 ml roller, put 10 to 15 drops of clary sage, and then top it with FCO. Roll that on like every hour if you want to. Okay. While you're in labor, there's some things that you can do. So if you're like, you have back pain, any of those things, you can get a massage. Have your other half massage you, or maybe if you have a doula that you hired to support you during giving birth, which I absolutely highly recommend. I have a very supportive partner, but does he know what to say and what to do while I'm laboring? Absolutely not. He's like the kind that will be like holding my hand and being like, you're doing good, right? But if you need that coach of someone telling you like, all right, here's another contraction. Let's breathe. I'm going to apply this oil on to intensify your contractions. And you're doing great, right? Like someone who's like there, like kind of breathing with you almost, laboring with you. You might want to hire a doula. So you can use oils like myrrh to intensify your contractions. When I get to the birth part. It won't bring your contractions on. Clary sage will help with that, but myrrh is going to help you to intensify your contractions. If you're feeling like you can't breathe, you might want to inhale respiratory oils like peppermint and breathe. If you're feeling tired, inhale peppermint. If you're starting to sweat, put peppermint on your hands or make a peppermint spray and dab that on your neck and your shoulders. I actually make a spray, 1 ounce glass spray. You get like a spray bottle, put peppermint in it, water, and spritz that on your face, or have your partner spritz it on your face when you ask for it. Keep you awake and energized and cooled down. Okay. One of the biggest things that you can bring or that you can use in labor is a diffuser. And that's why I have a picture of a diffuser. During labor, I thought I would want, I think it was like Serenity. And then while I was in labor, I was like, I do not want to smell lavender. Do not put lavender in there. So I brought a few different oils. And the 3 oils that I bring for the diffuser is actually Serenity, Balance, and Citrus Bliss. Okay. We didn't have adaptive back then. So maybe you want to bring adaptive as well. Okay. Balance was really good for me. I needed that balance. I love the smell of it. And it just helped me to stay really calm and just try to breathe through my contractions while I'm letting my body, my uterus dilate, right? Okay. Any questions about this? Labor. Perineum support while you're pushing. If there's someone who can help you do this, your partner or your doula. Helichrysum with fractionated coconut oil in your hands, mixed together and going like this to your vaginal opening. I'm being serious. Sorry if this is sensitive, but doing this is going to help so that while you're pushing, it's nice and lubricated and stretchy so you don't rip and you don't have to get stitches. Okay, you can also do that like a couple weeks before every night to help that be ready. Okay, I did that my 3rd pregnancy every day for 2 weeks before I gave birth. Helichrysum with fractionated coconut oil. Put in a bowl, mix it together, and apply that onto your vaginal opening to kind of help it stretch. That alone is the best form of birth control. So funny. Okay. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, while you're pushing, just keep that diffuser running, laboring and pushing. Keep that diffuser running and enjoy your birth experience, you guys. I know it hurts. It does. It hurts. Breathe. My favorite part, one of my favorite parts about life is knowing that like women are made to give birth if they choose to, right? You're made to procreate and bring children into this world and raise them to bring positivity onto this world after you leave, right? Pushing my babies out is the best experience of my whole life. Like I could die now kind of thing. You know, when you're like, okay, I did it. I can die now. I served my purpose. When you push a baby, it never gets old. First time I cried so much when my baby came out. Second time, same thing. Third time, same thing. It never gets old. It is the most wonderful thing that you can do in life. So right after I give birth, you need to know this about your babies. Imagine you as them, okay? So look at the picture on the left. That's my 2nd baby, Gigi. They are in your womb safe, right? Safe and growing. So when they get, are you laughing because you're looking at her face? Because I'm laughing because I'm looking at her face. Look at her. She's so cute. Okay. So when they go through the birth canal, that's an experience all on its own for them. It's not just your birth experience, it's also their birth experience. So things are happening to them as they're now transitioning into this outside world, to their skin, right? To their eyes. Their eyes are open now, to their nose and mouth because they're breathing outside air. Frankincense, I always have right there. As soon as baby comes out, a drop goes right on the crown of the head. And 2 times a day for like the whole 1st month, I put a drop of frankincense on the top of their head and then rub it into their feet. because that's helping them stay grounded and transition into the outside world. You can put a drop of myrrh essential oil, neat. Yes, it's very gentle. Frankincense is gentle. Myrrh is very gentle. Also given to baby Jesus. There's so many like good things about frankincense and myrrh that you're like, that's why baby Jesus got those gifts. Okay, frankincense. Myrrh is a really great essential oil to put a drop onto their belly button, because what happens is their umbilical cord is still like, you cut it right, and it's like this little thing like hanging out through the belly button, and eventually it's going to fall off, but it also needs to heal, and to help that heal, you're going to put a drop of myrrh on that, and also kind of it helps it to have a seal, because that was like their cord to getting food and nutrients from you, so it can be very exposed for them. So if you can put a drop of myrrh on their belly button, on their umbilical cord, that'll not only help it to heal, but to seal. Okay. Any questions with like brand new babies? That's kind of all the oils that I do for them topically, but I'll always keep the diffuser running, like Serenity or Balance, to keep them really calm and sleepy and just loved. Open up the space to love, right? Later on, maybe like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'll start to apply on immune supportive oils on the bottom of their feet. One of the worst things that can happen to a baby before they're 1 month old is that they catch a cold, which is why usually our grandparents will tell us, if you have a baby, you stay home for a whole month, right? You guys have experienced that. And that's because if a baby gets sick, you have to go to the emergency room, and that baby also has to get blood drawn. And so it's like, you don't want them to be stuck with needles. So supporting their immune system, great thing to do with your oils. And then of course you can diffuse on guard and all that good stuff. One of the best ways to support children with essential oils is to aromatically support them and let them breathe all that in. Okay. Can you talk about diffusing oils around newborn? Yeah, it's all good. Again, like one of the best things you can do for children, whether they're a baby or they're kids, that they respond to best is aromatic use of essential oils. I diffuse 24/7. I switch up the oil, but I diffuse 24/7. So maybe in the morning we'll do Balance, and then maybe in the afternoon we'll do a little bit of On Guard, and then through the night Serenity, or whatever choice of oils that you want for calming, immune boosting, and sleep. The normal, like 4 to 6 drops of essential oil in a diffuser. You don't have to make it too strong, right? A little bit goes a long way. Okay, so after birth, again, like nobody tells you about, the stuff that happens to mom. And one that I really love, that I made a recipe from this book, is called the hemorrhoid spray. You guys, this happens, but also it feels amazing for your front side. That's also healing, because it was stretched this big to push out a baby. Look, a whole head went through it. Okay. So I use the hemorrhoid spray for my front and my back. And it's 4 drops of cypress, 4 drops of helichrysum, 2 drops of peppermint, a little bit of FCO, and then water. And so you kind of mix it. I kept it in the bathroom in the hospital. I used it right away, and then took it home and put it by the toilet. Spray it on, and it'll help that area heal. And then you can also make an Immortelle spray. So you're going to do take off your roller top, pour like 10 drops in a glass spray, and then top it with water. And then you can spray that on in your frontal section to help that heal back. Okay, so we use helichrysum with FCO massage to open it up, and we're going to spray Immortelle on to help it heal back. We talked about stretch marks earlier, so you can use that same combination of Immortelle with Yarrow Palm Body Serum, FCO, rub that all over, and let your torso heal. I highly recommend taking your Lifelong Vitality Pack. I remember forgetting some days to take it and feeling emotionally so upset, like I was going to lose my shit a few times, excuse my language, but I forgot to take my Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so when I did, I would feel less energy and more crazy. So again, highly recommend taking your lifelong vitality pack to help you with your postpartum healing. Another thing I layer on is placenta pills. So I actually, there's a few midwives out there that'll take your placenta because otherwise they'll just throw it away. You can take your placenta from the hospital and then she'll come and pick it up and she'll make it into placenta pills. And if you want to Google it and look up how great placenta pills are for your body, it's basically the nutrients that were part of helping your baby grow and right and stay healthy. It's released from your body and it's good nutrients. So you want to put it back into your body. So you'll see, like if you've ever seen a dog give birth like I have, the dog will push out one puppy at a time. And this will take a whole day to give birth to each puppy. And when the puppy comes out, the dog will lick everything off of it. So all the uterine stuff that's in there and eat the placenta. A lot of animals do that. A lot of mammals do that because that has so much nutrients. So I have a midwife who makes my placenta into pills. So I'll take the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the Terrazyme PB Assist every day, and the placenta pills on top of that. You can also save some of those placenta pills in your freezer for when you go through menopause, and then also take those pills daily to support you going through menopause. Okay, definitely Google all the benefits of placenta pills. Okay, awesome. What else? If you need to increase your milk supply, for those of you who everyone's going to breastfeed for the most part, right? Breastfeeding is a whole nother beast. Okay, so sometimes your nipples get chapped. After you breastfeed baby, wipe your breasts and then put Correct X, doTERRA's Correct X, on the nipple. Let it kind of seep in, and then you feed your baby every 2 hours, right? So it'll give that time to seep in and kind of heal. Then make sure you cleanse it before you breastfeed again, and then put baby on your nipple. If you need to increase your milk supply, you can get a veggie cap from doTERRA and put a couple drops of fennel and take that internally. And or you can either do this and also do this. Massage fennel essential oil after you breastfeed, put the Correct X on your nipple, and then massage fennel oil into your breasts and let that seep in while you have a 2-hour break from breastfeeding baby. If you need to decrease your milk supply, you're going to want to use peppermint, and you can massage that into your breasts or take a pill internally. Some people ask, what do I stay away from while I'm breastfeeding? And peppermint might be an oil that you want to test. I personally love peppermint. It doesn't affect my milk supply, but it could affect your milk supply and decrease your milk supply. Just kind of test it. Okay. Something that happened to me, which was pretty traumatic and I will never ever forget, was that I got mastitis, which is a breast infection for breastfeeding moms where your milk ducts get clogged. I didn't know that. I didn't have that my first time. My second time, I felt a fever come along. Luckily, both of my kids were taking a nap because it was bad, like fever, chills, and I could barely walk. My husband wasn't home; he was at work. So I crawled into the tub, and I have warm water. Right, I'm sitting in warm water, and I'm massaging my breasts because I knew it had to be mastitis. It had to be. Okay, so I'm massaging my breasts, and I'm doing warm water on each side. And I looked up in this book. There's an actual mastitis like antibiotic that you can make yourself. Okay, I didn't even mention when I was pregnant. You know, when you're pregnant and you get sick, I don't take medication. My doctor doesn't even want to give it to me. So I would take Flute, the veggie cap, with a couple drops of frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and tea tree, and close the veggie capsule and take that internally every 1 to 2 hours. And that's my medicine for when I'm sick during pregnancy. And that absolutely helps. Okay. So when you have mastitis, basically it's a breast infection and your body needs to kind of fight it off, and you need to clear out your ducts. So massage these oils in: oregano, melaleuca, clove, and thyme. massage in between breastfeeding, and then take it in a veggie cap internally as your antibiotic. Okay. I did not have time at the time, so I took this picture just to show that this is what I made. I didn't have time, but I had oregano, manuka, and clove, so I was taking that, and that helped so much. I took that all night, and by morning, I was brand new. And mastitis can last for a long time. When you use your oils and you take them internally, you use your plant medicine, you can heal a lot quicker because you're getting to the root cause of what's happening in your body. Okay? Awesome. Everyone doing good? Questions? Charmaine's asking, what oils would you use for a baby who could be experiencing growth spurt? Growth spurt. I was going to say deep blue. That's what I would use on kids who are dealing with a growth spurt, or my daughter who likes to, when kids like to like hold your hand and swing between mom and dad while they're walking. Yeah, I told my daughter not to do it, and she got a wrist thing. So I put deep blue. She was 3 years old, and she was fine. But babies, copaiba, the most gentle oil that can help with pain and inflammation is copaiba. Another gentle oils that you want to use with babies is frankincense and myrrh, lavender, tea tree. Any oils to stay away from newborns? Not really, but you wouldn't like use hormone balancing oils on them, right? You wouldn't really use or like have them drink oils. It's just like the things that you would use to support them, like sleep and grounding and all those. You can use all of that. Applying oils on topically, however, you might want to stay away from On Guard for the first few months because it could be spicy. But me personally, I use it on them. I just use it in a roller and I apply it on the bottom of their feet. And if I notice their feet turns a little red, then yeah, they're skin sensitive, but usually it doesn't. So any oils to stay away from newborns, not really. Okay. If they ever get respiratory issues, Breathe has peppermint in it, so it can be a little bit like a cooling sensation on their skin. So one that you don't need to like it's really gentle and you don't need to dilute is cardamom. Cardamom is good for respiratory support. Also tastes good in brownies. If you make a batch of brownies, I know a lot of people like to add like a peppermint drop. I actually like cardamom in my brownies. So just put a drop of cardamom and rub that into your baby's chest for respiratory support, but diffuse Breathe because Breathe Blend is going to be a lot more powerful in opening up the respiratory system. A stronger, more gentle alternative to On Guard, stronger kids oil blend roller. That's what I would use. But I use On Guard with manuka and lemon in a roller for my babies. Rescuer, yes, Tiari is riding on that kids collection. All of those kids rollers are really gentle for babies. C-section. This book is amazing. You guys absolutely need to get it. There's even an area for miscarriage support in case anybody needs that or has a friend that needs that in this book. Okay. Cesarean section. You can use the same oils for a C-section as you would for a vaginal birth. Grounding Blend and Wild Orange are great to diffuse to support a calm feeling when you go in for your surgery. I would recommend putting a droplet or two on your hands and inhaling deeply, then applying to the back of your neck and around your ears. The relaxing blend listed above might be beneficial. Okay. Balance with Wild Orange for C-sections. And then I think scar healing, Immortelle. Okay. And then using emotional oils to support you through your emotions because you just had a baby. Same if you do a vaginal birth. 3 rollers that I kept in the hospital room was actually the floral oils, rose, jasmine, and magnolia. So that can help you a lot if you're really dealing with after birth hormone imbalance and crazy emotions. Okay, so that you can feel more connected and more grounded. All right. Any other questions? You guys did so good at bearing with me through all these stories, my experience of stories. So I want to make sure you know that with your membership, you have 25% off. If you go on the loyalty rewards program, you can make a customizable monthly order that gives you extra discounts. And then you can accumulate points back to redeem for free products. There's also a free oil of the month every month. So that gets real fun. As long as you order at least 1 PV each month, you're going to stay in the program. You don't lose your points and you get to stay at your current percentage back. 50 PV or more of your LRP orders, you're going to increase your percentage starting at 10% and then going up all the way to 30% back and earn points. If you are a wellness advocate or you're thinking about becoming a wellness advocate, you can order at least 100 PV LRP and qualify for your commissions and your points. Spend 125 PV a month placed by the 15th of the month, and you're also going to get the free oil of the month. Please let us know if you have any questions here. One of the ways that you get extra discounts in LRP is by buying your Lifelong Vitality Pack. So Lifelong Vitality Pack is $79.50 wholesale, and you saw me suggest it in not only fertility, but pregnancy and also postpartum. And you can add up to 3 additional supplements at reduced prices for that extra savings that I was talking about. So $79.50 for your Lifelong Vitality Pack. And then you can add on like Deep Blue Polyphenol. It's usually $59.50 and you get it for $20. I add on the Digest and Terrazyme, the PB Assist, usually $37.50, $34.50, all for $20 each. And then every other or every 2 months, I'll add on the kids kit, which is normally $39.50 and you get it for $25. And this is your kids version of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It's a chewable A to Z vitamin and the omega syrup. Okay. Lifelong Vitality Pack. An extra savings only on LRP. That's all I got for you guys. If you want to connect with me, you can either DM me on Gold Drop Society Instagram or, and I also have a personal page if you want to see like mom life and all those other things. Hello, Ashley Kema. Alrighty. Thanks you guys for joining. I really enjoyed teaching this class with you. Okay. Yay. Thanks again, you guys. I will let you go. Have a great Saturday. And those of you who came to every single specialized oil classes these past 6 Saturdays, congratulations and thanks for coming. Hope you guys learned a lot. I will send out the entire list of recordings via email so that you guys can keep that on hand and view them whenever you want. Alrighty, thanks you guys. Thanks for showing your picture, Alexis, your video. Bye you guys.